Hey guys, hope you're all well. This is Max. I'm coming to you today from the island of Langkawi in Malaysia. It's alright, I suppose. Bit cloudy. Could be hotter, actually. Today I want to talk to you about complaining. And you've probably all seen a lot of talk on the internet about not complaining, how it's great to not complain and how that improves your mindset and all of this. And I think we can all relate to the feeling of being around someone who is complaining a lot and how that can be a bit of a drain. But let's be honest, we all do it. We all get into that habit. We all grew up complaining, right? We're, if I'm honest, very hardwired to complain. So I want to dissect that a little bit and just see complaining really more for what it is, rather than merely something that you shouldn't do, but something that, see it for what it really is and why we actually do it. And I see complaining in a nutshell as a miscalibration of our perception, because it's very easy to come to even a place like this, or the image that always helps me, like anchors me to this idea is the illustration of a middle-class professional walking into a 4-star hotel and complaining about really minor things like the taps aren't quite clean enough, or oh, they've only got instant coffee, and the room service took 10 minutes to deliver a proper coffee. And I kind of end up thinking, how would things have to actually be for you to not complain? And when you see it that way, you think, oh my god, yeah, 99% of everything is pretty okay. I took a plane here. I flew through the air at 600 miles an hour to come to this place right here. If that's not worth appreciating, I really don't know what is. So I see complaining first and foremost as a miscalibration of our perception in a nutshell. And you can understand why it might have come about. It's something we're very good at as humans, right? We're very good at seeing problems. Our brains are always looking out for the next problem because we are problem solvers, and that's how we've become so successful as a species. However you want to measure that, because we've always seen problems and found a way to overcome them. But our brains have to deal with so much information at once, if they're always on the lookout for problems, and they miss the things that are actually really worth appreciating. And so if you can't actually take a step back and see complaining for what it really is, and actually see the 99% of things that are really great, then all that strife, all that work for improving all those things has actually no value anyway, because you'll never get to the point where you can actually appreciate it. So that's really the first reason I think complaining is something you should definitely stop. The second reason is that it's actually just quite ineffective. It doesn't really work, it doesn't really do anything. Complaining effectively says that, I'm not responsible for this situation, because complaining by definition is to not present a solution. And yet most things have a solution. In fact, the vast majority of things that you complain about, someone else somewhere has a solution for, or has solved at some point. So most problems can be solved, but when we complain, we decide to renege our level of control, our level of responsibility to actually attempt to solve them. And again, that's a perfectly natural human thing. It's hard to come out of our comfort zone. It's hard to take responsibility. We don't really like doing that either. But when we see complaining for what it really is, it makes the process of quitting complaining, just like you would quit smoking, or just like you might quit coffee. Don't quit coffee, coffee's good, in moderation. It makes the whole process a lot easier. So hope that helps just give you a little bit of extra stimuli to stop complaining. And as a call to action, guys, why not try it? I'm trying it this month. On the 1st of July, I woke up and I said, right, for this month, my challenge is to not complain. I have complained a few times, I'm not going to lie. It's a habit. It's a habit like any other. But when I do, I decide to reflect and think, right, okay, where did that really come from? What can I actually do about this? And the amount of complaining I've personally done has probably gone down by 90% just by making that decision. And you know what? I do feel better. I do feel like I'm starting to see more of the good stuff. And I have to admit, it's not hard in a place like this, but I only got here yesterday. So most of the month so far was spent in England. And life is good, guys. So try that. Stop complaining. Speak to you soon.